Hello, everyone. Here's another edition of Ottawa International Craft and Book Expo Presents, where we interview authors most of the time and sometimes have discussions about thought-provoking ideas and different areas of topics that are going to be of interest to the authors and artisans and other people who we seek to serve through our festival. So today we're going to have a topic and talk about how our festival, as a not-for-profit festival, that's a charitable orientation, can serve exhibitors in a constructive way, which is going to boost their marketing. We're doing this video because there's a lot of authors who have never been and participated in a book fair of this kind, and so when they participate, they don't know what to expect, and so we're trying to provide some sort of public education so that the experience of the event is going to be a great one, and for people, authors, other exhibitors who don't know anything about how they can benefit from and participating in an event like ours. We hope that this will be a constructive opportunity as well to learn more about how we can provide the kind of support that they're seeking to advance their interests. So thank you very much, Santosh, for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome,
My pleasure.
awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about stuff, in general. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm one of your authors as well. So I definitely you've really helped me from the whole process, not just book marketing, but also like the whole process of getting the book published and of course getting it out in stores, and of course also like even getting a nice some mainstream presence. Like I did a Rogers TV interview for all the books I published with you. So I found that Agora Publishing and the Ottawa Book Expo have been very, very helpful for me to grow as an author and learn more, and of course connect with much more people, especially with the Expo that I participated in the past. So there's something about meeting people in person that's very, very special. And signing your own books, and it's so like you definitely boost sales, and also it makes you feel really good about being an author and putting yourself out there. So
awesome. Yeah, definitely. Your presence and your book, your Troll Cat, is a welcome addition to our event. You bring a lot of charisma, enthusiasm, and positive energy, which is essential to any author who seeks to be successful at an event like ours. Like an event like ours is different than most book fairs of its kind, because especially in Canada, because a lot of book fairs out there, especially in Canada, you just go to the event and you simply, you rely on whatever traffic that comes there. The expo does not, or the book fair or expo does not provide really any kind of important services beyond your presence for the day. But in terms of our sort of expo, we're much different. I know, we built our experience from similar events in the States, like before the Ottawa International Book Expo and Ottawa International Craft and Book Expo, which is the new revised name. We visited, and we participated in Book Expo America before the pandemic. The big, it was the biggest fair in the United States of its kind, and we're at Harlem Book Fair, a variety of other book fairs like that. And what they do in the States is that it's not only a community-focused event, but they also provide services beyond the event, where they give their publicity, and authors and publishers that participate are expected to engage their potential audiences before the event. So in terms of what's going on in sort of book fairs in Canada and stuff like that, you just go there for the day. And so that's not what we're about. We provide a variety of services. For example, when somebody becomes an exhibitor, whether it's a publisher or an author, they're provided with all kinds of services. For example, the day of the exhibitor, they get Wi-Fi access, site insurance. They get access to a table with chairs, access to the main stage. We provide a professional development booklet of 20 tips that's that is important that authors and publishers review, because our event is about trying to boost their marketing before the event, during the event, and after the event, not just at the event. We also provide which a virtual book expo, which is at if you go to http://Ottawa expo.ca. It's a virtual event that we provide, which is as well as in addition to the in-person event. So this provide as well. I guess it'd be cool if we could do like a share screen if anybody wanted to see that. But is that something that we can kind of?
Sure. Let me. So what was it called again? Ottawa Expo, right?
Ottawa Expo. So go to http://ottawaexpo.ca.
Okay.
Go there.
Yeah, I think I can do a screen share. Let me see. Yeah, let me just do that. Okay. All right. So start sharing.
So you're able to see the site?
Yeah, I'm able to see it now. I have done screen. Can you see the screen sharing?
I can see the screen sharing, but it's a blank right now.
Oh yeah,
awesome. Okay, awesome.
There you go. All right, awesome.
So this is the Ottawa. This is the virtual version of our book fair. So Santosh, you could start to navigate in the building using the pointer. Yeah. So it's the virtual version of what our actual event looks like at the Horticulture Building. So what this does is that it gives authors and publishers an opportunity who can't make it for the in-person event to have a booth at our festival. And what they do is that we provide them with an interview, and and then we embed it in their virtual booth. And we also provide links in their virtual booth to their book covers or other items they may be selling, linked to their their favorite online portal, whether it's Amazon, Barnes and Noble in the States, Indigo, whatever link they want to provide to enable the sale of their book or other products and merchandise. That's embedded. So right now we're going towards the building. You navigate towards the building, into the building.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, so keep going through. So
I just click the entrance. So once you click it, so you get a good idea.
So just go through the building.
Okay. Right, it's going through now, I think.
Keep going. Yeah,
all right. So perfect. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just go to one of those booths. Point to one of those booths.
Sure. Just point to this one. Or let me just point to this one.
These are one.
Yeah, so as soon as I clicked that one, it opened up with their website and everything.
Okay. So don't click any particular. So go right back to the booth without clicking the booth.
Okay, sure.
Without clicking the booth. Okay. Go near to the booth. Keep going there. Okay. Yeah. So you'll see that for the middle one, you will have the author's books there. And what you do is that if you click the Amazon.com or Barnes and Noble, it will take you to their sales portal. So if you click that at Amazon, you'll go right to their book for sale. And then somebody can immediately buy the book there. Okay, so you can close that window. And then if you click on Barnes and Noble link, you'll be taken to right there. This is Barnes and Noble. Click that, and you'll be taken to the sales portal on Barnes and Noble for their book. Okay, so that they can buy the book there. You can close that now and back out. And then close that. And then keep there. And then you can also go click Ottawa. See if you can click one of those Ottawa Book Expo logo.
I clicked that. Okay, and you can see the interview with.
Okay, you can close that now. Close that.
Okay. Yeah.
So that looks. So that will link directly to the author interview, and if you can click something, one of those right underneath the book there, right underneath it where it says, it looks like underneath you'll have PRX, Click that
All right.
top. This is PRX. Click that,
Okay.
and you'll be taken to their podcast interviews. To click that,
Okay.
and it will load their actual interview.
Right.
Okay, so you can,
Yeah.
but we won't better listen to that right now. You can close that.
Okay.
So yeah, and let's see what else is that you can click there. Click the okay, click right underneath there where it's looks like a newspaper article, right out to the right there. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
right. No, right. Yeah, right there. See, is that clickable? No,
This
no,
one?
no,
No.
not that. Not the book.
Okay.
The thing on on the ledge.
Oh,
No,
this
not
thing
the
here?
ledge. No. Yeah. Click one of those. Yeah, on the
Oh.
ledge.
Okay. Oh, it went here.
Okay. Click the Ottawa Book Expo logo.
Okay. It goes to the interview.
Goes to the interview. Okay. Oh, it goes
Right.
to the interview. Okay.
Yeah.
And Gore Media. Click there. Okay. So
Yeah.
go to the next booth
Okay.
and click the photo there of the next booth. Yeah. Click that.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you click that photo, it goes to a web page of the author that has her author interview, her book,
Uh-huh.
and a variety of other links. So yes,
Nice.
it's an example of our author boost that we provide for publishers. Okay, so you can close that now. We can go back
Okay.
to the
Sure. Yeah,
yeah.
but it gives a very good idea. Like,
Yeah, it's a good idea. So that's our
great.
virtual booth. So that's basically a virtual version of what we have where we hold the in-person events. So this is the kind of services we provide in general. But so we provide, as I mentioned before. So if an author comes to, so our next upcoming event is in the Horticulture Building, the 15th and the 16th. And any author which comes there. So not only we provide the variety of different services, both in person and virtual, but we also provide help authors who want to boost their marketing, who want to connect with media, who need services such as press release writing. If they want to, we will also help authors who want to connect with services related to book self-publishing, whether there's editing and other type of services they're looking for. So we provide so if you go to ottawabookexpo.ca and apply to be an exhibitor, you'll see the variety of different services that are not available through authors and other book fairs. But one of the things, the big mistakes which I find authors make who are seeking to, they've written a fabulous book, and after written a fabulous book, they don't want to spend the effort at producing something quality and stuff like that. So they just want to produce something fast. And after they spend all that time writing it, it could be years and years and years, and they produce something fast. And unfortunately, that's what's happening with Amazon. Amazon is, as long as you don't offend or do anything against copyright infringement, they'll publish anything. I heard one author that published 700 books within 2 years.
Wow.
Which is like, how can you even do that with any kind of quality and stuff like that?
That's crazy. Wow.
So what happened is that in the 90s, back in the 90s, when you self-published a book, a lot of media was interested in it because you didn't have Amazon. That was before Amazon. And authors back in those days, the media expected that if you self-publish something, you probably had some kind of strong message that you wanted to communicate. So, but these days, there's so much self-published stuff going on that's lacking in quality, and that what happens is that people get jaded by being exposed to these low-quality products, and it makes it more difficult for the higher quality products to get attention from the media because they're so used to anything being published through Amazon. So what we do through Ottawa International Book Craftsman Book Expo is that we provide services to help authors who want to polish off and make sure they're going to be in the 1% of books that are self-published, if they're self-published, that are going to be high quality. And we also provide a professional environment for authors who want to showcase their work. But the
Right.
big mistake we find with authors is that there's a bit of a showbiz element to being an author. When you're an author, you can't just come to an event like ours and then, I mean, I've seen authors that, they come to the event, they literally have, sit at their table, stoic, not smiling, not friendly. They put no effort in publicizing themselves before the event, so anybody would know about them. They have a couple of books out there, and there's no, and then that's it. There's no, there's a lack of sensitivity to how to market themselves. When you market themselves, you have to be. There's one author that comes to our event. Just to give her first name, Lori. She is fabulous at marketing herself, at being able to, anybody that comes to the door, even people that may not have been thinking about buying a book, she'll get them to buy a book because she has a lot of passion and charisma. And that's the kind of author that other authors need to emulate if they want to be successful at an event like ours. They can't just come with a book. Don't try to make any effort at a nice display. You have to have a nice looking book. It can't just be a book that looks like clip art or a book that looks like the typical self-published book. You have to put the energy and effort at pre-marketing and marketing himself at all levels. So when they come to an event like ours, people know about them. This is what happens at events like Book Expo America. When we were there, we knew that we have made long-lasting connections with people there because we put the effort at marketing ourselves. They actually create a portal for you to, through Book Expo America at that time, to meet people and, at the event, knowing that, the people you're going to make long-lasting connections with are people who you connect with, who will arrange for appointments to see you at the event.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You have to connect with your audience as always, right? Like like you said, you could create the greatest book ever, but if you don't if you're not able to market it right or have the right book cover or something that attracts the audience, like who will hear about it, right? So it's very important to engage the potential readers at the expo any way you can. Yeah. So that's very good. That's a very good tip. Yeah. Ray, thank you for sharing that, and I'm glad you're also able to absorb some of the things that you've learned in the American, like how the Americans do it with their expos, and bring it to Canada. So this is a really great, I think, stepping stone, and we can learn a lot from that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because I think that one of the things which I find which is a pitfall that with a lot of self-published authors, but some other authors as well, is that their version of marketing, which doesn't necessarily end up with much sales unless they have a big social media following, is to publicize, put a link to their book on social media. Oh, look at a wonderful book that I've done, and look at this, and I'm great. Look how great I am, and that's if you have a big, huge following on social media, people are that's going to do you well. But if you don't expect that's going to translate into sales. That's strategy. So what happens is a lot of authors after they spend maybe years writing their book, then they don't necessarily spend much effort at the quality production side. And the ones who do, they produce something quality, they don't spend any effort at marketing it aside from putting a link on Facebook to announce their book, which is not result in many sales. Let's have this big social media following. Yeah, it's going to result in any face. And they think, why is not my book not selling as much as I could? Well, it's not selling as much as you could because you did not spend. Even if you did spend the time at producing a quality product, you're not focusing on the marketing element, and this is what our event tries to provide. But unfortunately, there are a lot of authors who don't want to spend the effort and the energy. They say, marketing, I don't want to do that. People, I wrote a great book. people should just recognize it's great, come to me and buy my book. It should be flying off the shelf. I don't want to spend any effort or energy in marketing and stuff like that. When you're writing a book, it is like starting a small business. Right. You have to. It's the same mentality. You have to approach it, and you have to. And if you want it to be successful, you have to put the time, effort, and the money into it, and as an investment, especially if it's your first book, to start triggering an interest, and then try to build that upon an investment for writing a second and third book and stuff like this. So it's an investment. But authors, they don't want to spend anything on it. I mean, if you're doing there's few small businesses out there that are going to be successful if the owner does not invest in the marketing of it, no matter how great their product is. And unfortunately, most authors who self-publish, especially, don't have a business mind and stuff like that. So when they come to an event like ours and stuff like that, they spend no effort or little effort at marketing and building up their presence, so that when the event happens, there's going to be media, there's going to be people lining up and knowing that they're coming. An event like ours, you have to we provide 20 tips to make sure that authors are prepared and other exhibitors in maximizing their return. Unfortunately, our experience is that 95% of authors do not read the booklet.
Yeah.
And, they don't read the booklet, and they don't, because I know this, because our booklet, it provides 20 tips of exactly what you should do and stuff like that. And then I look around and see these authors aren't making the effort because I know, I can tell by the links that we have up that tracks their effort, that if they're only having like 5 or 10 views on their link, that means they didn't do it. They're not doing anything and stuff. Not doing anything. And this is quite unfortunate. Authors who don't want to make the effort at marketing. That's the essential. They just the most marketing they'll do is put up a link to say how great they are on social media, thinking that's going to result in sales, and they won't approach it with a business mind and stuff. So if you're trying to be successful and you're coming to an event like ours event is ideal for authors who want to use the opportunity to build to have a professional environment, because our expo, we did put this expo as a universally accessible environment for authors and other artisans and exhibitors to come. Right. The emphasis on authors. There's no other like it, and it's in Ottawa like it, and we wanted to bring this to the capital. If you look at the Ottawa International Writers Festival, that's not like ours at all. I mean, they get tons of government money, and authors who attend cannot sell books there, and whoever authors that go there is by invite only. If you are Joe Smo, you cannot just go to the Ottawa International Writers Festival and go there and talk about your book or sell your book. That's not possible. It's invitational only and stuff like that. So that's only for certain authors that they invite, and who are not allowed to sell their book there. So ours, and then you have they're not allowed.
They're not allowed to sell their book there.
No, they're not. I mean, unless the policy is changed, they're not allowed to sell their book. Yeah, they're not allowed. The Ottawa International Writers Festival is a series of author talks. There's no booths to buy author books and weird. Stuff like that. They just talk about their book, and they're getting like tons of money from the city of Ottawa and other places for that. Is by invitation. Our Ottawa International Book Expo is universally accessible. We embrace diversity. You'll see people at our event that you won't see at most events in Canada. You'll see people of all backgrounds. You'll see people of all colors, races, demographic background, LGBTQ communities, all diversities we embrace at our event, and we celebrate and stuff like that. I've been to other events. You won't see that, that's on a much smaller scale in Ottawa. Like I've been to an event at a local church. I won't bother mention what the event was, but it was a local church, some Spartan tables and a Spartan small community center for small press authors, and it was like, I don't know. It was just there was hardly anybody there. It wasn't an engaging environment, and that's how, so a lot of authors just left, and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's not like ours at all. And there was another event I went to. I think the event is no longer even actually being held anymore. I won't bother mention the organization holding that one, but it was in a church, and it was people who were relatively mature age groups and stuff. But we embraced all diversities again, people of all ages. We had our last event, we had a child author there.
Yes, remember
yeah,
that. That was
from Alberta all the way up to people in the 70s or 80s, whatever. We embraced
incredible.
Yeah,
Demographics.
But at that particular event, there was only, I would say, the authors there were on average all probably 60 plus, I would say.
Wow.
It was not, the authors there were looking very stoic, and most of them and stuff like that. It was a very selected demographic, and it was not the type of broadly cultural diversity that we have. And we're also bilingual, which is unique. No event of kind is like that, and stuff like that. We're completely bilingual and stuff like that. We're not into, there's one, there's a, so this is what we're about. So we're completely unique. We're bilingual. We're diverse. We support diversity. No event of its kind. We invite authors, publishers, exhibitors. We support the literary community, artisans, to celebrate that diversity and to check out our sort of the marketing services and the support we provide. Because if you actually read the 20 tips and stuff like that that we have prepared to empower exhibitors, you should immensely get much more from what any cost you pay for a booth when you come to their event. If you actually go through those tips, utilize those tips, you're gonna be you're gonna be far out ahead by coming to our event. We also provide so that's kind of that's what we're about. We provide that, so we're very sort of unique. So we invite anybody who want to check us out, come to Ottawa bookexpo.ca, for the in-person event if you want to be an exhibitor. If you want to find out about tickets at the event and all the different event programming, go to ottawasummerfest.ca and learn about the tickets to the event. If you want to, we also have a French website as well, because we're a bilingual event, salondulivre.ottawa.ca. If you want to learn about you want to check out our event from the Francophone side, you can check that out. So I invite anybody who has any questions, potential exhibitors, to check us out. Check out our services by clicking on an application to ottawabookexpo.ca or salondulivre.ottawa if you're a Francophone, or if you are a member of the general public. We also provide a lot of diverse activities, from interesting speakers to all social networking events, as well as a variety of other surprises. If you check out our day-to-day schedule on Ottawa Summerfest.ca. So again, any authors, publishers, artisans, other potential exhibitors who are interested in boosting their visibility and want to know about what kind of services we provide for our upcoming event or our next event, which is going to be in April 2024, I invite you to check us out, ask the questions that you need to if you're interested in participating, and then you'll, so because we want to make sure that any potential exhibitor out there is able to spot us, because again, we're completely unique and we're providing a unique opportunity which they will not find through other festivals out there, namely the Ottawa International Writers Festival. And we invite any potential exhibitors to ask the kind of questions, and anybody who outside of Ottawa, you can check out who can't come to the event in person, we invite you to check out our ottawaexpo.ca virtual booth opportunities.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for all your contribution in getting this expo going. And is there any particular email that they can reach you, or directly, if they want to have any questions in general?
Yeah, so anybody who wants to reach us, they can check out info at ottawabookexpo.ca,
Yeah.
info at ottawabookexpo.ca. They can email us directly there or go to the ottawabookexpo.ca site and they can get other contact information there as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And is there anything else you want to share about your services? Anything else that you provide?
Yeah, so I mean, again, our service is listed on ottawabookexpo.ca. We provide
Okay.
help,
Yeah.
authors who want to self-publish, authors and artisans who want to market, variety of different services, including even, as I mentioned before, press release writing, other services. We also provide free services as well whenever possible. That
Okay.
includes accessing the mainstream media.
Yes.
Anybody who comes an exhibitor, we try to provide them at no charge interviews in the mainstream media.
Right.
And
Right.
stuff like that. So we try to provide that whenever possible, because we're not for profit organization. We hear about community services, servicing the community. That's what our focus is, and our sort of charitable mandate is to fight against homelessness. Literacy is of important value to us as well. Literacy as an important part of empowerment in the democracy, both child literacy and adult literacy. A lot of people don't know that there's a lot of adults which can hardly read and write, and they just push through the high school system.
Wow.
Can't read and write properly. So, and we also support sort of indigenous communities as well. Initiative we're also linked. We're supporting. So so we offer a variety of services. We have a not-for-profit mandate, and we invite exhibitors to check us out. If you're not in Ottawa, you can't make it to our next event on the 15th to 16th. By all means, check out our services that can be made available to you from remotely or our ottawaexpo.ca site if you want to be a virtual exhibitor and avail yourself of those opportunities.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ray.
Awesome. So thank you very much for being here, Santosh, for another interview on Ottawa Book Expo Presents. And we look forward to seeing everybody at our next event on the 15th to 16th of July, or alternatively in April 2024. Anybody wants to contact us, please, all means, try us at info@ottawabookexpo.ca or contact us through the website, or go to one of our links if you want to apply to be an exhibitor.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much again for being here today, Santosh.
No problem. Thank you.